Hmm. Relational database management system. Within this, before going with that RDBMS, we will go with database. Because database stands for database management system. Database management system. It means a management system which is based on data. Data means, and what about the data? Data is the facts and figures. Facts and figures. Facts and figures which can be used as raw material while generating information. So one can say that data is the facts and figures. And what about the information? Now is it clear? Now it is clear that information, then we can say that arrange data in a meaningful manner known as information. Is it clear? Yes, Vivek, Audrey. Okay. Now see, database. Already we have discussed about the Excel or spreadsheet. One of them is Excel. Spreadsheet, S-P-R-E-A-D, spreadsheet. Within a spreadsheet, we have discussed Excel. Excel is also database. Excel is also database. But this database is known as flat database. This database is known as flat database. Why we call this the flat database? Because why it is called flat database? Because we all know that in Excel also we keep the data. We also keep the records which have a small fixed number of cells. See, what about the flat database? Please check. Please keep in mind, a flat database refers to the data file that contains records which have a small fixed number of fields. Fields we will discuss what is field later on. Fields without any structured relationship. For example, we can quote MS Excel. But when we say relational database, relational database, then what to say? Then what to say? A relational database refers a type that stores data in several tables and can be related to one another in such a manner that whenever such a manner that whenever it is needed, whenever it is needed, the data can be joined. The data can be joined and information can be accessed from that. Yes. Now, if you see that one thing, first we go with the table because here we have discussed a term that is several tables. Are you getting? Hello? Hello? Are you getting my thing?
Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, I'm getting.
Right. Now see, stream simply just I'm making you the difference or with an example you can easily understand that tables and the data. Suppose I will say you that create a list of students. Simply what you do, you will create a, suppose I will tell you that create a manual table. So what you do, you will create a the table like this. And you this can be used uh, 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 uh. Suppose I'm making this like this. Suppose I will say you that create a list of students, one for roll number, one for name, one for class, and suppose one for contact number. So after just first of all, we will create a structure where we will put the heading. Suppose this is roll number, student name, student name, class, and contact. Now what we do is we will put the name, roll number like 1001, 1002. Name suppose A, B, C. Another one is name D, E, F. Class is 10 and this one is also 10. Contact number suppose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and this one is 2, 3, 5, 1, 6, 7. Now just I want to ask you, I want to know that can we write roll number at this place of any student and name at this place? Can we write? Suppose if I want to write roll number of any student here as well as name at this place, it will be better or no? Yes, yes, please. Aditi, can you tell me? Vivek,
Yes, sir.
can I write the roll number of any student at this place and name at this place?
Yes, of course.
Is it correct to write the roll number at this row and name of that student at this place?
No, sir. Then we have to change the detail also, the above detail that student name should be this side and the roll number should be this side. But it is
Correct.
in sequence. In the sequence, it is, we cannot write.
Right. Suppose if the roll number of any student I had written at this place, name should be at this place. Class of that student particular will be at this place and contact number at this place. Then only if we write in the same row, then only one can say that this complete data is related with a particular student, isn't it? Yes or no? Then only we can say these all facts and figures are related with a student whose name is ABC, isn't it? So this small part, this small part of data is, this small part is known as data. Data. And this complete row, this one is, we call it, we call it row in general, we call it row, but in contextual database, we call it record. Why we call it record? When we call it record? When the this figure and this data item or this field is related with this, This field and this field are related, belongs to one same student, and this data belongs to same student. Then only we can say that all the data of the same row are related from one another. So it will be called as record. And this particular column, like roll number or the name or the class or whatever it is, all are known as data field. All are known as data field, or we also call it data item, data item or data field. Any confusion? And when we keep the similar type of data, like if this is the table of student data, the student data, student table. So this complete will be known as table. This complete collection of data in this format is known as table. This is table, and this complete is table. Okay, is it okay? This is the basics. Then complete things we will see in the data RDMS program. I'm just starting the opening of the database. That is, start with this. So now, is it clear? If this table is clear, table term is clear, and this field, what we have said earlier, this field, this field clear. This data item is known as field. Is it clear? This is row, this is data field. Any confusion? Now we are going to start the same thing. We are going to create database. We are going to create database in MS Access. Now, are you getting my screen? MS Access is there? Is it visible to everyone? Yes, Satvik, is it visible? Aditi, is it visible? My Access screen is visible to everyone? Please respond. Vivek, are you getting?
Yes, sir.
Right. Are you getting the Access? MS Access? So this is the first time we have opened this Access file. Then what to do first? First of all, we will create a database. See, one more thing I want to show it to you. See, suppose suppose I'm first I will have to create a database. Suppose this is the space we have created in MS in Rdbms in RDBMS. This is known as, suppose this is database. This is database. Database. So within the database, what we do is we can create so many tables in it. So many tables. One first table, second table, This type of tables can be created within database. And after creating the different tables, if we require, if we needed, we can relate all the tables from one another. And on the basis of all the data from another, each and every table, we can create a meaningful report or meaningful information from every table. We can create information, we can access the data from all the tables to create the information or to create the report. So these all are the tables. These all are the tables, tables, and tables. Right? These all are the tables, and with all tables, suppose table 1, table 2, and table 3. And from all the three tables, we can create a meaningful information at this place. So we can easily access or relate all the tables. That's why it is known as Rdbms, Relational Database Management System Software. What just we have explained within this while we are defining this relational database. See, here we had already discussed about that relational a relational database refers a type of it refers a type that stores data in several tables and can be related to one another in such a manner that whenever it is needed, the data can be joined and information can be accessed from them. Is it clear? Now it is clear, relational database? Yes or no? Now we are going to create the first, first of all, we will create the database. For creating the database in MS Access, here at this point, we are having a blank database. So we will click this one to create a database. And we can put the name as per our needed. Suppose we are going to write the name of the database as student. Student is the name of the database. So please keep in mind what the database name is. Is it okay? So first we had created the database student, and after writing the name of the database, by default it is database 1, database 2, database 3 like that. But if we want, we can customize it according to our purpose. So first database what we are going to create, that is the student, or that we will suppose we are going to create school, and we will create the school database. Create, click in create button. When you click the create button, you will see that at this place at the top, you will see, if you will see at the top or the title bar, the name is there. The name is there. Are you able to see the title bar? The name of the database is there. The name of the database is there. So and here we are, see at this place we are having school. School is the name of the database. And now we will create the different tables within this database. So first, already by default we have got one table. So we will close this. We will make by us, by our own, according to our needed. We will create the table. Now database is active. We have created the database, and within the database we'll create the table. Any confusion in making the database? Yes. Anyone? Aditi, Adil, Shapik, Sanchit, Vivek? Yes. Any confusion with making the database? Now, if any confusion is there, please. Now we are going to create a table. So at the menu bar, you will see one option, that is the create. So go in create option, and when you click the create option, there are so many different ways to create the table. So one of them is the table option. Another one is table template. One is the share point list, and one is the table design. If we want, if we require to get the ready-made formats of the table, we can select the table template. because we already discussed about this term templates in documentation part in Microsoft Word. We had discussed about the templates. Here, at this moment, we are going to create the table by designing our own, our according to our need, according to our requirement, we are going to design the table. So we will go with this option. We will proceed with this table design option. So click in table design. When you click the table design option, you will get this type of structure. One more thing I want to say, while we have created manually the table, we had thought something. We had thought some uh, points in mind during creating this structure. That what will be the length we require to store the roll number? What will be the length we require to store the name? Like if you will see that for roll number we had kept small space or small width, but for the student name we had kept a little bit larger width of the column. And for the class we had kept very small size of column, and for contact a little bit more width than the class, isn't it? But this is the way, this is the table while we are creating the manual. But while we are creating digital table, we need to think about the column heading or field name or data item name. We had already know, we had already discussed about this is the column heading, that is roll number, student name, class, and contact. This is necessary because while we are creating the table, we need to write the column heading also. And what the data we are going to write within that column, we should have to identify with the column heading. So we need to write the column heading. So roll number is the column heading, student name is the column heading, class is the column heading, contact is the column heading, which is also known as data field and data item. We all are aware with this name, data field and data item. So while we are creating manual database, while we are creating table, manual table, we had thought about two things. One is the field name and second was the size or the width. But while we are going to create the digital table, we will have to create more than that. What are the things? Suppose the first table, first field name we are going to write as roll number. Roll number will be the first field name. Now the type. What type of data you want to write within the roll number? So please keep in mind, because this type of question you will get in the examination, in board examination also, or school exam also, that what are the data types we will get within the Rdbms program in MS Access or in Base. Base is the open source software what we get within the office.org, openoffice.org, and MS Access is the Rdbms program what we get within the Microsoft program. So please keep in mind that what are the fields you are getting within the MS Access. So please keep in mind, or if maybe a question that write 5 different data types, what we get within the Rdbms. So one is the text, one is the memo, one is the number, one is the date and time, one is the currency, auto number, yes, no, OLE object, hyperlink, attachment, and lookup wizard. These all are the different data types. See, now what is data type? What is data type text? See, when we want to write only the alphabetical data or alphanumeric. Alphanumeric means what? Where we will have to write, where we can write the alphabet as well as the numbers, and which can't be calculated, are known as text type data. Now one more thing. Then what about the memo type data? Memo type is also a text type data. Memo type is also a type of text type data. There may be a question in the board as well as the exam that what is the, if text and memo are the text alphanumeric data or text type data or the similar type of data, then what is the difference in between text and memo? Is there any difference? Yes, there is a difference. See, in text type data, there is a limitation of 255. Are you getting this field size at the bottom? In text type data, we can keep only 255 types of characters. Will only 255 characters. But in memo type data, if we need to write more than 255 characters within that field or within that data item, what to do? We will keep the memo type. Now, one question is also there. Sir, what is the maximum length of memo type data? That is 65,536. The type, uh, number of, or you can say the field size, the maximum field size of the memo type data is 65,536. That is the basic difference between text and memo type. So we can say that memo type data can be used to keep large size of data, and text type data can be used for up to 255 characters. If we want to use or if we want to store up to 255 characters, we can keep or we can take the text type data. That's a clear number. You all know number, numeric values which can be calculated, which can be where we can use the formulas for making any type of calculation. Date and time. Time you all know that suppose admission time or entry time or exit time, date, date of admission, date of PC, date of uh, resuming the class, date of presentation. So these all are the date and time. Currency. Suppose if any monetary data if you want to keep, that is the if that is within the currency. Auto number. Auto number is where we don't need to user don't need to write any number. It automatically put 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. As serial number. For serial number, we will use auto number, and that can't be duplicate. Yes or no? If you want to logical data like true or false, or yes or no, or one and two, sorry, zero and one, this type of data or logical data where we can keep only true and false, or where we can keep zeros and ones, where we can keep yes and no. In that situation, we will take this type of yes and no type, right? Next is the OLE object. What is OLE? Object linking and embedding. The linking and embedding is pictures or images. If you want to store image, then we take data type as OLE object. Hyperlink, where we can keep the link or URL. And attachment, if we attach any file, suppose details, biodata, mark sheets, certificates, or additional things we want to attach, make an attachment, we can use this. Lookup wizard, suppose we want to create a list of options, suppose list of states, list of districts. So we can, when we click that, it will come in the form of pull down menu. When we click that pull down menu, you will get the list, and in between the list, you will have to select any one data. So that is the lookup wizard. Every data we will discuss one by one in next session. So first, I am going to create roll number, which is where we will put four characters. Then is the name, STUD, student. And one more thing, field size, field name. For field name, there is some limitation. We never start field name with a number. So keep in mind, there will be a question, which field name is correct or not, or which field name is wrong. So please keep in mind, field name never starts with a number. Within the field name, we will put only underscore as a special character, but number can be kept after, in between, but never start with a number. And a special character, only underscore can be kept. Name is also character type. Suppose we are getting 20 characters. Suppose uh, age, suppose I want to put it in numeric form, number, suppose date of birth, that will be date type data. Suppose fees, it should be which type? It will be the currency. So suppose we have kept 5 different fields. Now we save this. Either we can close this or we can use Control W to close. This is the first time we are going to close this, and we have not saved this table. So while we are closing this table, it will ask for saving this table. So please save this, put a proper name. So put a proper name with the table. Yes, we want to save. Yes, we want to save. Now put the table. Student, student, student. I have kept student is the name of the table. Now see the question. Question was the primary key. Please keep in mind this term, primary key, because later on we will discuss about this. And this is very important word. And question related with this you will get within the board or the internal exam. So please keep in mind. This time we are just going with no option with the primary key. Why it is necessary? We'll discuss later. So this is the table, student table within school database. Any confusion? And if you want to write the data within the student table, just simply double click it. We can write roll number 1001. Name is suppose Aditi. Age is 14. Date of birth is 28 and 2000. 1001. Next is 1002. Next is Akash, and the age is suppose 14. This is 9, 25, and 2006. And here we are going to write 1500. Next 1003. That is Roshan, age of 15. So 7, 21, and 2005. And he is 500. Now 1004. And the next is Sanchit, and age is suppose 15. Now 6, 25th, and 2005. And this is 700. Now 1005. Here is Satvik. Vivek is not there. Suppose 7, 15, and 2006. One. In this way, we can keep the data. We have kept the data. And we will close this. Just we had stored the table, we created the table. First, we had created the database, then we had created the table, then we had stored the data within the table. That's all for the day. Any questions? Please. Any question regarding to the session? Please. Anyone? Anyone is having any question, please? No question? Then it's okay. Just I'm closing the session for the day. Bye bye.